Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today, your source for all things local Oshkosh and things to do right here in the event city. I'm your host, Emily Mikowski. We've got a packed show today, so we're going to go ahead and get to our first guests. I have Eric Highlander from Habitat for Humanity and Elizabeth Williams from the City of Oshkosh Planning Division. So first off, thank you both so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you.
Now we're here to talk about a really cool project that you guys have been working on. But first, let's get a little bit of background. Eric, if you could start off by telling us a little bit about Habitat for Humanity for those of us that aren't familiar with it.
Definitely. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit organization. We've been here in Oshkosh since 1990. We've built approximately rehabbed 30 homes and helped countless other families in service as well. And really, realistically, our mission is putting God's love into action to bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope.
It's an excellent mission, and it's amazing. You said 30 homes?
Yes.
Wow, so you guys are really busy.
Yes.
And I think it's kind of a common misconception. A lot of people think that Habitat for Humanity only builds homes from the ground up, but that's kind of not really the case, is it?
You're exactly correct there. A lot of times when people think of us, they think of home building. And we do have other programs when we're working with other qualifying families that actually own homes. One of them that we have is the NRI project, which is the Neighborhood Revitalization Initiative. And what we do is with those homeowners where they may have safety issues or their home is not up to code, we work with them to resolve those issues.
Wonderful.
And then we also have Brush with Kindness, where we focus on the outside of the home, and basically we're working on landscaping, painting, siding, things of that nature as well.
A lot of things that tend to get overlooked.
Yes.
You know, when you're cutting costs and those kind of things.
Especially.
So you do take on rehab projects, and we're actually here to talk about one in particular. If you want to tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, recently we had the opportunity to work with the City of Oshkosh on a rehab located on Oak Street. Basically, the goal of that rehab was to do the rehab, but also maintain the look of the neighborhood. And in doing that, it really benefited the homeowner because they were able to have a larger home at a lower cost.
And how did you exactly acquire this home to be able to rehab it in the first place?
Great question. It was actually a donation from Chase Bank.
Oh, wonderful.
So the property was, yeah.
Great. And maybe Liz, you can tell us a little bit about the condition of the home, what it was before, and what was done to repair it.
Sure. The home prior to rehab was actually a duplex, so there were 2 units within the property, and through the rehab process it was converted back to a single family home. And I guess the pictures are really, they tell the story.
They're amazing.
Yeah, the before and afters of this project are really encouraging, and I think kind of the direction that the Habitat and the city is hoping to go with future projects such as this.
And I love the yellow color. I told you before we started taping, it's just such a happy color.
It is
couldn't
very
be
happy.
more perfect for the project.
Exactly.
So this was a collaboration between Habitat and the city. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How exactly did that work?
Sure. Well, the city was involved with this collaboration, and I did want to mention there was an additional partner, which I think is why this project is so unique. The Oshkosh Housing Authority also helped out with this property rehab. So basically, the city was able to participate through our Community Development Block Grant Program, which is funded through the federal government. We were able to provide some grant assistance to help abate the lead that was currently in the home. And then we also provided some down payment assistance to the home buyer to make it a little more affordable for them. So really it just kind of, we view this project as a win-win for all organizations. Because there were so many local organizations working on this particular project, we really thought that it was a good project to make sure that the resources that we do have are going as far as they can.
Oh, definitely. Was there anything about this particular project? Is this the first project that the city has collaborated with an organization like Habitat on?
We've done some other projects in the past where we've helped out with the new construction, but I think this is a unique project because of the amount of organizations that were collaborating on it. So I think that's really why we thought it was a good move for us to be involved with a project like this.
Well, it's just amazing to see the different organizations within Oshkosh, and I say this every show, that it's so cool to see Oshkosh coming together for the greater things that, these kind of projects. Are there any plans for future collaborations between Habitat and the city of Oshkosh?
Yeah, I think we've been working currently with Habitat and other local organizations to help implement the Middle Village Neighborhood Plan, which is part of the city's Healthy Neighborhood Initiative, which I think people have heard a lot about in recent months. So I think, this is just a glimpse of what is hopefully to come. Like I said, we recognize the fact that we have limited resources to make impacts in our community. And by us working together, we're able to achieve more.
Oh, definitely. Especially, like you said, the limited resources. By pooling all those resources, it's amazing how much you can do. And so this is right along with Habitat's goal of, providing a home for the lower income families, as well as the city's goal for neighborhood revitalization. Liz, maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on that for that goal.
Well, neighborhood revitalization or strengthening neighborhoods is part of the city's strategic plan, which was just approved by the Common Council, updated this year. So we're excited to see that as a top priority. And efforts such as this and those that are happening in Middle Village and other neighborhoods within the community are really to help support that goal that was prioritized by Council. So I think, through coordination and collaboration, I'm really optimistic as to where this is going in the future.
Yes, and what an awesome project to kick that off, too.
Exactly.
And Eric, Habitat for Humanity, it's largely volunteer-based. Were volunteers involved in this project?
With all of our homes, the owners have sweat equity, which they have to work on the homes themselves. On this project in particular, we had individuals, we had businesses, we had groups from Oshkosh. We also on this home had over 500 volunteers, which equaled approximately over 2,900 volunteer hours.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And what exactly was the time length of this project? When did it start? When was it finished?
The time length was a little bit different because of the things we had going on, but the full-out project, I want to say, was about 3 to 4 month range in there, where we tried to keep it. So
you accomplished a lot in a somewhat small window of time, I would say, in my opinion, for home improvements. And so if someone is looking to volunteer for a project like this, or any project really, where can they find more information?
Definitely. They can always contact the Habitat, which they can contact Ann at 920-235-3535. And also on our website, Habitat Oshkosh, and on that.org. They can also find projects that we have coming up and also schedules that we have coming up as well.
Yes.
And so they can find what projects that they want to volunteer for.
Wonderful. And even if they can't volunteer, donations are accepted?
Yep, donations are accepted. We have our year-end dinner coming up, or beginning of the year now. Home is Where the Heart Is, where we bring in local artists, and they actually do some local art that we have auctioned off, and we have a really good time, and it helps us to continue on projects that we have coming up.
Oh, definitely. And planning is always busy, and you guys recently did create a Facebook page, so go there for updates.
Yeah, and also if homeowners are interested in having rehab assistance on their property, many people don't realize that the city also has a rehab program. So go to our website to get more information on that. We are always looking to provide the assistance that is needed by residents in the community.
Well, wonderful. Excellent job on this project, and we're looking forward to seeing what else you guys come up with in the future here.
Thank you.
Thank you.